everyone, Sewagakari here. Today I'm going to be watching the second episode of Kumichou Musume to Sewagakari. And last episode was our first episode, so it introduced the characters and stuff. And our two main characters definitely being Toru, the Yakuza guy who's now in charge of our main girl, Yaeki? Yaeka. I was close. So yeah, he now has to do that, which is a pretty big difference between his usual, like, demonic Yakuza beat 'em up kind of stuff, which he still has to do some of that though. You know, if nothing else, people go after him, so like at the very least, self-defense wise, he's still gotta be a little bit violent. But yeah, obviously things are a little bit shaky at the start. You know, it's the start of something new. But considering he was just starting out, I'd say he did a pretty decent job in the first episode. He went to the open house thingy. He helped her, you know, get in there and give the drawing to her dad, and got some real appreciation and gratitude from Yaeka. So yeah, I'd say it went pretty well for the most part. So yeah, let's just jump into episode 2 and see how we continue that. So let us do that. 3, 2, 1, play. It's good morning, everyone. I'm here. Wasting no time mentioning mothers, I see. Who I think we did see her mother near the end of last episode. In not great condition. Can we talk about something else, guys? Anything else? Literally anything else? But, you know, maybe after the opening. Which, you know, we got last episode. Sometimes I forget whether or not we had an episode, had an opening in the first episode, but I remember we had an opening last time. Okay, good thing I did not accidentally click on that. That would have been kind of bad. Okay. Yeah, there's the man himself. The father. The big Yakuza man. And there's a Kirin. Like, every time I see that man, I just think that he could not look any less happy if he tried. Yes, they didn't see me. Oh no, she saw me. It's okay if she sees him. Yeah. Sakuragi family. A kind person. Yes, you're the only one I can count on. K, I think that is. What are we doing exactly? Playing with a toy? Yeah, that thingy. I was imagining a barrel, but yeah, basically that thingy. Maybe he just doesn't know the rules. Maybe he should explain it better. Hey, when he was important, see you screwed him up. Hope you feel bad about that. Poor guy. Of course he is. Okay. Well, that's not good. Know what we gotta do. Okay, that's definitely not okay. That's identity theft. Yeah, can't just ignore that, yeah. Okay, we have today's assignment. How rude. I mean, I know he's talking about the fake ones, but still. They really just want to give them a horrible name, don't they? Yeah, just progressively getting more and more personal. Of course they are. Yeah, let's do it, guys. No, we're not joking. Mi-chan and Rabi-kun. I have my book, I'm fine. Ooh, fireworks. 3,000, damn. Hopefully not all at once. That'd be cool. I keep misreading that as phones. It's... Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. This is important. Yeah, here we go, filling in the gaps. I mean, I assumed the gaps, so it's fine either way. I am never too busy for you, Jaakko. And I would never forget your name. There we go. The right answer. The phonies aren't going anywhere. Those who might run into them here. Okay, target shooting. I mean, it's fitting for, you know, a pretty fitting game for a Yakuza to play. Yeah, get it right, man. Only had two options, you screwed it up. No pressure, though. Yeah, but these games are always rigged. So good luck. Not even a flinch. Yeah. Should aim for the same spot every time, if nothing else. Yeah, obviously. No surprises here. Okay, that's a real target. Got the real target now. Maybe you should have nailed yourself to the ground. I don't think you know who you're threatening, man. You want to rethink your tone a little bit now? Yeah, that's kind of suspicious, isn't it? Almost as if you're cheating. So I'd like that Rabi-kun now, if you don't mind. And there we go. We got it resolved in a perfectly peaceful manner. By peaceful, I mean nobody, bled or died. And yeah, she just carrying around Rabi-kun now. It's so cute. Just don't drop it. What are you gonna do with you, man? Oh, hey, the fireworks! Negative 2,999. Got a good spot, too. I don't see why not. You gonna get pinky promise? Come on, Jaakko. Yeah, I know you have to let go of him, but it's fine. Those hands are so tiny. And yeah, I'll tuck it out. What was that about? You didn't say what it was about. Somebody get this girl to bed. Is it, phony related? I assume she's gonna sleep with Robbie-kun. Okay, I think we've started. Okay, well, they started. I was hoping that sound effect was us, sending them through a glass window. It clearly wasn't. I guess what I get for, jumping to conclusions. But still, they should get here soon enough. Right about now. There you go. Yeah, I think we would like to have a chat. That guy just bolted right away, but no. We got the real K over there. Yeah, it's quite a coincidence, Why don't we have a bit of a chat about that, a chuckle about that? Just sits on him. I guess they each have their own way of dealing with it. Well, at least we found them. Prevent further damage to their good name. That's gonna hurt. Kirishima, you wouldn't. You would. You would. Actually, probably. Yeah. So in the end, he does kind of hold back because of the Yōkai influence. Because yeah, just imagine her watching him do that. She wouldn't approve of such things. I don't think. Breaking a bottle over someone's head. That is kind of how it works. And you gaze into the abyss gazes back. Yeah, I told you she'd sleep with it. The bunny itself just looks, kind of indifferent to the whole thing. Like it's all mildly annoying. That's what that face tells me. You'd think you'd be happy to have a new home, not be nailed down constantly. Which just girls would stop bragging about their mothers every day. We get it. I mean, I can venture, I guess. That was not what I was guessing. Also, I looked up her voice actress earlier, and she is Ume from Kunoji Tsubaki, which I thought was kind of cool. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah. Not too hard to pick up on that. Yeah, I get it. It's a little bit hard to bring her there. Are we gonna bring her? That's a big question. Somebody eavesdropping. I mean, I'm sure she wants to go. Or, nope, no, I'm not. Ugh. Man, I don't even know what you say to her in this kind of situation. I mean, what could you possibly say? Okay, that's definitely not true. I'm sure that's nothing personal. The kindness was the name of the episode, wasn't it? Let's go together. uh, uh. That's so true. Okay. Okay. I mean, I get it, but friggin' okay. She really does seem so nice. Definitely. Okay, not so much. So do we have time left in the episode for the visit? Love this girl. They call him the demon of Sakuragi or whatever. Yeah. Yes. I'm not sure she's convinced. There's no way somebody like as nice as you could possibly be a demon. I mean, she's got a point. These aren't really demon activities. Yeah, I definitely want to aim higher than Kirishima. Yeah, she did. She did speak decent amount this episode. Why are you lying? That really was funny. More drawings. Maybe we don't have the time for the visit this episode. We also got BED in the previous episode. Yeah, don't choke on the water. I don't remember if the previous episode had a stinger or not. Guess we'll find out. That silhouette. Like, even if you don't have a dirty mind, that still has to look kind of suggestive, right? Surely. A visit and a reunion. Huh. I mean, I assume I was referring to the hospital visit, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that was the second episode of Kumichou Musume to Sewagakari. I'm still working on remembering the name, but yeah, this is a good episode. I mean, wasn't sure exactly what to expect. Like, I knew there would be more Sewagakari, more taking care of Yayaka, right? and we definitely got that. But we also had a bit of a subplot with the whole like phonies thing, the fakes, the Nisemono, right? So basically taking Toru and Kei's good name and just ruining it, doing all these horrible things, breaking stuff, mistreating people, being just all around jerks, and that was not a good idea. Especially Toru, Kirishima. Like you don't want to piss him off, right? Like if you know his reputation well enough to know that you'd benefit from pretending to be him, he's eventually gonna find out and not be too happy about it, right? So it's like it's never gonna be a permanent thing. So like I don't know why you would do that. Is feeling like a cool badass for a week or whatever, a few days, whatever it was, worth that, worth almost getting your head bashed in with a bottle. I would assume not, but I don't know. But so yeah, well, luckily we got that taken care of. But we did the more important things, like taking Yaika to the fireworks festival, right, with our 3,000 fireworks and plus exciting food stalls and games, right? Some of which being rigged, but hey, did not make them any less exciting. In fact, it kind of necessitated extra excitement to actually get the prize, right? Getting a bit threatening, with the guy who runs it, right? And once he saw that cool chain wrist tattoo, he did kind of change his tune a little bit. I almost want to get a tattoo like that. Like I never really wanted to get a tattoo for the most part because I assume any sort of like design I would. Because tattoos are a pretty permanent thing. There's nothing I think I like enough where I want it on my skin forever, right? I can't think of anything like that. But I don't know, a chain just like on the wrist where it just like it almost feels like it could be just an accessory, even though it's obviously kind of essentially painted on, not really a dangly chain on your wrist. I don't know. That's just kind of a cool idea. I almost want to consider that. I'm probably not gonna actually do it, but it's fun to imagine. People might think I'm tough if I have a tattoo. Maybe think I'm a Yakuza, probably not. But anyway, we went to the festival, had a great time, played the games. We did win the prize for Yaika, and she seemed to really like her Rabi-kun, I think it was called. But we got to see the fireworks and make our pinky promise and all that good stuff. But yeah, when it's just the two of them with her, like it really makes it look like both of them are her dads. Like that's really what it looks like. Like especially in the firework watching scene, with her sitting on either side of her. That's really what it looks like, honestly. It's kind of funny. But, just got to give them those twin tails back and it'd look even better. But yeah, eventually came back home. We dealt with the fakes, right? But we also had Toru be, less violent than he could have been with the guy, right? Like, it wasn't super clear, but I think what happened was he, was looking like he was about to bash him in the head with the bottle, but broke it against like a ground or whatever instead and just, let him flee, right? I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. But I think it's implied that if Yaika wasn't in his life, the extra source of kindness and stuff, he would have actually done it, So, because episode 1 did prove served a good purpose of showcasing just how brutal he can be when he doesn't have a more positive influence in his life. But she definitely is an influence in his life. That much is definitely for sure. Also have a nice little mid card where she's looking through a ramen bottle or whatever. It was cute. But yeah, the second half is definitely leaning a bit more into the sadness kind of part of things, right? Just the show is just so good at doing that too. Like, because we had her sitting there eating cookies with Toru, and at some point he asked, kind of what was on her mind, and I was thinking the mother thing, right? Because from what I could tell, that's outside sources, that's gotta cause her to be thinking about that, right? Those girls just don't shut up about their mommies after all. And I don't want to chastise those kids too much, and not technically doing anything wrong, but just kind of point it out. But so yeah, I was expecting her to say something about that, but she's talking about chocolate instead. And then after I let my guard down, because I was like in that part, I was kind of readying myself for some sadness, but she talks about chocolate, so the readiness kind of went back down. And then she says, "What's your mom like?" Like, that's even somehow worse than being more direct about it. When you are trying to be a bit more like subtle, I don't know. It somehow makes it even sadder. I don't know why, but that's how she brought it up. Because sometimes kids will do that. Because kids aren't as intelligent as adults. Just objectively a fact, right? Like I have memories of being a child and thinking certain things, and as an adult looking back on it, I'm like, how did I possibly think that would work? Or, obviously that would never fly, right? So sometimes kids will think they're being subtle enough to where you can't infer what's actually on their mind, even though any reasonable adults can definitely infer what's on their mind from what they said, right? And that's kind of an example of that there, right? She didn't directly bring up her own mother, but any adult's gonna know that that's what she's thinking about. Any adult that knows her circumstances especially, right? And that is kind of how we transitioned over to the mother thing. Because I think before that scene, they already mentioned the father going to see the mother, right? And I didn't mention anything at the time, but I was kind of wondering if Jaakko would go as well. And this scene where they actually did, bring that up, right? We got some flashbacks of back when she was 3 going to see her and kind of how that went, and it did not go well because how is a 3-year-old gonna really be able to really understand and process all that? It's not really reasonable to expect them to. And yeah, she comes in over here to overhear this stuff, and initially I was thinking she'd want to go see her, but then she said the exact opposite, and although I didn't see that coming, as soon as she said it, it made sense, right? There's nothing. She's not going to associate that with anything but sadness, because as she said, the father's obviously going to be in a very sad mood when he's there, and she sees the state her mother's in, who won't talk to her or respond to her at all, and most of the time, I don't know exactly how old she is or when the accident was, but probably most of the time she's been alive, the mother's been like that, right? So it's, so probably doesn't really feel much like a mother anymore at this point. So it's just a very messy, complicated, heartbreaking situation that the small child really can't be expected to deal with very well. But we luckily do have our very kind Yakuza boy Toru over here to do his best, Had a nice bit where they were talking to each other with a wall between them, and once again, he does pretty well with these speeches and getting through to her. And, through a lot of this stuff, I was definitely on the verge of tearing up for a good chunk of it, especially when we see the tears from her, right? That got me really close. But what actually broke through the tear wall, if you want to call it that, was when she actually went back to the room the father was in, and started to apologize and stuff. That's when it actually completely broke through, and tears actually started to come out. So that's pretty much what my breaking point was, in case you were curious. I mean, you watch her reaction, I don't know how much you could tell from that, really, but yeah, in the end, she does agree to go. And then we had a very, very interesting conversation between her and Toru. I just love the part where she asked why he was lying. That was so funny, because from her perspective, she hasn't seen any of the violence. Even the violence he had to do in her general vicinity, she didn't see it. He was playing a game with her to purposely get her distracted and not see it. So from her perspective, all she's seen was him helping her out with her problems, going to see her at her open house, having these conversations with her. She's never seen him beat up somebody or murder them or threaten them. She's not seen any of that. So from her perspective, that kind side of him is all there is, right? So it's interesting, right? But well, I guess we'll see if that ever changes. If he ever accidentally does something violent in front of her, maybe she'll change that a bit. But her, looking up to him, wanting to be like him, definitely was really cute, though. But I don't know. He's probably not the best role model in the world, but there's certainly worse ones out there. I mean, we saw worse people in this episode, right? So definitely worse role models out there. And that's definitely true. But yeah, I mean, the next episode, the title, we might actually get the hospital visit in the episode, so possibly more sadness. And I guess we'll see. We also saw her making a drawing for her mother, right? So we'll get to see her hand over that maybe in the next episode too. But yeah, it could be more emotional stuff possibly. And yeah, I think it's about all I had to really say on the episode. It's good. It was good. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.